Greetings, welcome, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, supporting you with healing experiences, coaching, and encouragement during your life changes, challenges, and transitions. Thanks for joining me in this episode of Ask the Stones, where I offer answers to your spiritual questions and encouragement for your journey. Greetings, welcome, and thank you for joining me for this episode of Ask the Stones. This episode's question comes from Shannon, and Shannon asks, what do I need to do to make the transition with regards to my health? Thank you, Shannon, for this question. I will say that Shannon was concerned when she asked the question that it might not be the right question for Ask the Stones. And I want to again say to Shannon and anyone listening that any and all questions are welcome, and that this is a great question for Ask the Stones. And this is a great question because in a part of its vagueness, and because it is such a general question, because these are the kinds of questions that really can help the most people. We are all struggling with the same kinds of life challenges and changes and transitions. And while, of course, each of our experiences are unique in and of themselves, they also have many similarities and are part of the common human experience. So thank you, Shannon, for this question. Now, with regards to health transitions, I don't know any more information beyond the question. So, Shannon, I am going to assume that the transition that you speak of in regards to your health is a positive transition, is a transition that you want to be making for the benefit of your health. I'm going to assume that this transition of which you speak is one that you are hoping to, one in which you are hoping to implement some positive changes. So when we talk about health transitions, we can be talking about all kinds of things. We can be talking about losing weight. We can be talking about increasing our physical activity. We can be talking about making changes to our diet. We can be talking about those smaller scale things, which can add up to larger scale things. I'll talk about that in a moment, but we also can be talking about larger health transitions, the diagnosis of an illness, an accident, a doctor's visit that has some news for us that makes us not even necessarily want to make changes, but need to make changes. And so there are certain things that when we start any health transition are going to be very beneficial for us to think about, to focus on, and in our implementation. So there are certain things, and I'm going to make the assumption here, Shannon, that this is a positive transition that you are thinking about. I'm going to not assume that your transition involves starting smoking or the desire to start using unhealthy substances or anything along those lines. So, great, Shannon. The first thing that I want to say in my assumption that you are making positive health transitions is congratulations. Anytime that we are making the commitment to transition our health, or even contemplating health transitions, is a time for congratulations, because uh, these can be daunting to implement, and these are ultimately positive, not only for your physical health, but also for your mental and emotional well-being. So I want to say, first and foremost, Shannon, congratulations. When we implement positive health changes, when we make health transitions, the first thing that I want to recommend to you is that this is a transition that you make out of love. Out of love for yourself, out of love for your health. So coming at this from a place of self-love rather than a place of self-destruction. And this is a bit harsh, self-hatred. It's not exactly what I'm getting at. I don't like to use the word hate because hate is such a strong word. So not necessarily the standpoint of self-hatred or self-loathing, but a standpoint of being down on yourself and making these changes out of a sense of negative views of yourself. So rather than focusing on the transition from something in a negative way, I want to encourage you, Shannon, to make these health transitions, this health transition, in a positive way, focused on the thing that you do want, the vision of yourself that you are working towards. So for instance, if you are looking to transition from sitting on the couch and watching TV to someone who is walking more and taking time that you would be spending watching TV to getting physically active, I'm going to encourage you to take these steps, haha, literal and figurative, from a place of love for yourself, from a place of positivity and implementing positive changes rather than moving away from negative changes. So rather than saying, ugh, I spend so much time watching TV, I really need to stop that. Why do I watch TV so much? There's nothing good on TV anyway. I just sit on the couch and I watch TV, and I just feel terrible about myself for doing this. I'm gonna encourage you to take some deep breaths to clear those negative thoughts, and instead to say things to yourself like, I am transitioning to a place of positive health. I love myself, and because I love myself, I am ready to make the positive changes of walking more, getting up, and getting physically active. I love myself. I am ready to make these positive changes. I am someone who chooses to make positive, healthy choices for myself. This is a much stronger, more powerful place to come from in your health change This is a place of love for yourself. Our bodies are miracles. Let's pause and acknowledge that right now. The fact that our bodies do all kinds of amazing things without us even thinking about it. Right now, your body is breathing. Right now, your body is digesting. Right now, your body contains just the right mix of gases, chemicals, elements that all have your body functioning without your conscious thought. This indeed is a true miracle. You have senses. Maybe you have the sense of sight. What a true gift. Maybe you have the sense of smell. Wow. Maybe you have the sense of touch. What a beautiful sense. If you have all of your senses, this is absolutely miraculous. What a wonderful gift. All of these senses are bringing in all kinds of information to us constantly. We are literally made from stardust. Literally, we are birthed from the explosion of stars. What is more amazing and more miraculous than that? And so your little body, the little piece of skin that you are, is an astounding miracle. And so I want to encourage you to approach your health transition from this standpoint, from a standpoint of praise for your body, thanks for your body, gratitude for the miracle that your body is. Your body deserves the thanks and the praise. It has gotten you this far. Wherever you are in life, it has gotten you to where you are now. Honor that with your body. Praise that. Thank you, body. Thank you for the blessings of being able to move through this world and experience this world. That is a much more blessed and sacred and reverent way to approach health transitions than from one of denigrating, there's the word I want, denigrating our bodies, finding them lacking, finding them less than, finding them inadequate. Absolutely. I encourage you to make your health transition, no matter what the transition is, from a standpoint of gratitude for our miraculous bodies. Let us all take a moment right now and say thank you to our bodies. Thank you. So, Shannon, whatever your health transition that you are facing, that you are implementing, that you have decided to implement, congratulations on wanting to make positive health changes. And I encourage you to make those changes out of love for your body. My second recommendation for you, Shannon, in making your health transition is to consider making the transition slowly. When we make life changes and when we make transitions, whether these are positive changes that we want to implement or changes that we are feeling forced to implement, I encourage you to make these changes in small ways to start out. Oftentimes, when we look to make positive life changes, especially health changes, we might have a tendency to think that we need to make all of these big, sweeping changes right up front. So let's go with that example of watching television, sitting on the couch, and deciding, that's it. I am making huge sweeping life changes in my health. Not only am I not watching TV anymore, I am getting up from the couch. I am walking 5 miles a day. I am drinking 64 ounces of water. I am eating kale and broccoli. I am X, Y, and Z. Or for our listeners in other countries, X, Y, Z. Well, this is wonderful that you are anxious, you are, I should say, excited to make these wonderful life changes. And I should say that it's wonderful that you have this enthusiasm and eagerness for implementing positive life changes. And I want to encourage you to continue to have that zeal and enthusiasm and excitement while acknowledging that sometimes, oftentimes, when we try to incorporate too many positive changes all at once, we can feel overwhelmed by those changes, and they can mean that we actually have less success because we can feel overwhelmed. We can have trouble sticking to those changes, and we can feel defeated. So Shannon, if you are looking to implement positive health changes, you do not have to implement all of your changes all at once. As a matter of fact, I recommend starting off with a small change. So, in our example, I would say that you could continue to watch television, but maybe while you are watching TV, instead of sitting, try standing during the commercial breaks or during when one episode on Netflix ends before you begin the next one. How about stand up, do some stretching, do some leg lifts, do some jumping jacks, do some burpees, whatever you are called to do. Move in those moments. So every time a commercial comes on, that's your cue to move. Once you are up and doing that and you have made that into a habit, can you expand that so that when you are watching the episodes, are you standing, moving, leg lifts, bends, stretches, tai chi, yoga, jumping jacks, burpees, squats, whatever it is you are called to do to move? Can you do that through half of the episode rather than just the commercial breaks? And then can you expand that to the whole episode? Can you then say, I am going to watch 5 less minutes of YouTube videos? Great. Or can you say, once you've done that, I am going to watch 10 fewer minutes of YouTube videos? By the way, I personally am a big YouTube viewer, but I will say as an aside that I don't actually watch YouTube videos. I listen to YouTube videos. So I will find YouTube videos, YouTube audiobooks on topics that I'm interested in. I will listen to them while I do dishes, while I do chores around the house, while I'm vacuuming or sweeping, while I am cooking my meals for the week. Uh, so I speak from personal experience with the YouTube videos. So, can you watch 5 fewer minutes and go from there? Can I get myself off of the couch for 5 fewer minutes, and the next time 10 fewer minutes, 15 fewer minutes, and on and on? Small changes add up to big changes. This is a wonderful philosophy called Kaizen. Kaizen. And for those looking to implement positive changes in a small way that build up to big changes, I encourage learning about the philosophy of Kaizen, because we can use this philosophy to implement changes in all aspects of our lives. And truthfully, one of the most rewarding ways to implement these kinds of changes is with our health. Our health is so important to our well-being. Our physical health impacts our mental and emotional well-being. Our physical well-being impacts the emotional and physical well-being of our loved ones. And so I encourage you, whatever positive health transitions you are interested in making, I encourage you to start those changes now. They do not have to be large, grand, sweeping changes. When we think about changes, particularly when we think about health changes, we tend to think in large scale changes. We tend to think of the big things that we need to do. So if our doctor says to us, I recommend that you lose 20 pounds, we can think, ugh, I've got to lose 20 pounds. That seems so daunting. But if we look at that change pound by pound, it is much more manageable, much more doable, much less overwhelming to our spirit. So whatever health transitions you are looking to implement, whatever health transitions you are facing, including the diagnosis of an illness, this is an opportunity to assess who you want to be, what changes and transitions you want to implement, and to start in even the smallest of ways. You want to walk 5 miles? You want to be someone who walks 5 miles a day? Wonderful. Start with getting off of the couch for 15 fewer minutes a day, sitting on the couch 15 fewer minutes a day, and spending that time walking 15 minutes. I encourage you during these implementations of your health transition to focus not on what you are losing, but rather on what you are gaining. So you are not losing 15 minutes of Netflix. You are gaining 15 minutes of walking. You are not losing your TV time. You are gaining positive, healthy life choices and a positive, healthy lifestyle. Focus on what you are literally and figuratively walking toward with your steps. I will say as an aside that you will be shocked at what you can accomplish when you watch less television. I speak about this from experience personally. I purposefully don't watch television. I actually don't have a TV. And I know that more and more people watch television on their computers nowadays. I don't do that either. And so you will be so surprised at what you can do when you don't use the time in certain ways and you use your time in other ways, the things that you can accomplish. I read a lot, and I have read dozens and dozens and dozens of books per year. And I once had someone express surprise, and the truth is that I actually don't even keep count of the number of books that I read. But looking at my library history, I can tell you that it's 100 books easily a year. And I once had someone express incredulity. There's no way anyone could read that many books per year. And you would be astonished at how much you can achieve by reading snippets here and there. 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes while you're eating breakfast, a half an hour while you're eating lunch, a half an hour while you're eating dinner. You would be so surprised how much that adds up. So don't discount the little things, because the little things add up to big things. This is true in all aspects of life, not just our health, but very importantly, Shannon, with your health. So Shannon, focus on what you are gaining and not on what you are losing, no matter what your health transition is. You are not losing the ding-dongs and pork rinds. You are gaining kale and quinoa. By the way, I also speak from personal experience. This is tasty stuff. I eat a lot of kale and quinoa. And when you focus on the gaining, what you are gaining, you are putting the focus on the direction that you are moving in, the healthy person that you are becoming more and more of in every moment. We have a tendency to think of success as something far off in the future. One day I will be successful. One day I will be the kind of person who walks 5 miles a day. But I am here to encourage you to recognize that success is a moment to moment experience. Success is not something far off. Success is what you do in the moment. And so, if you choose to spend 5 fewer minutes on the couch watching TV, congratulations, that is success. If you choose to eat the banana rather than the cookie, congratulations, that is success. Focus on those moments of success and allow the achievement in those moments to encourage you to be successful in the next moments. Life is just a series of moments. And if we can be successful in choosing health in more and more moments, we will be making positive, healthy life transitions. So Shannon, I encourage you during this time to make those healthy life choices for yourself, for your body, which is an astounding miracle. Love your body. Praise your body. Make all of your health transitions from a standpoint of self-love and not self-deprecation. So, Shannon, I'm going to pull, as always, a card for you. You know, though, what I'm going to do first? I'm shuffling the cards now, and I'm putting them down because I'm being called to send some Reiki right now. I want to send you some Reiki for your health transition. Whatever that transition might be, I have no idea. But I want to send Reiki to you for that transition. So let us all pause right now. And I'm going to send Reiki out not only to Shannon, but to all of you listening right now for your positive health transitions. I want to send Reiki right now for love of all of our bodies, no matter their shape, no matter their form, no matter their ability. I want to send love to your body right now. Blessings to your body. Blessings to all bodies out there. May we send love to our own bodies in all of our moments. May we send love to one another's bodies as well. I also want to say right now, one of my personal life beliefs is that I make it a personal habit, a personal conviction to never speak negatively about someone's appearance. And I want to right now encourage you all to speak positively about one another's appearances. We are so focused on negatively commenting on our bodies and on one another's bodies, where we are frequently deprecating our bodies and denigrating the bodies of others. The way they look, the way that they are adorned, the ways that they literally and figuratively don't measure up. And so I want to take a moment to encourage you to speak positively about your body and about others' bodies, to only comment in positive ways about others' bodies. You have something negative to say about someone's body, the way it's dressed, the way it's adorned, refrain from saying it. We have so much negativity centered on our physical bodies. I encourage you to focus your energy elsewhere. If you have a negative comment about someone, physically, a political leader, for instance, focus instead on commenting on the political leader's beliefs and their actions, rather than what they're wearing, how they do their hair or makeup. Thank you for allowing me to express that. So, Shannon, thank you for your question. Thank you for your desire to make positive life changes, positive, healthy changes. And thank you for allowing me to send Reiki. I am now pulling a card that has popped right out. Thank you, angels. This is from the Archangel deck. And this is a message from Archangel Haniel. Passion. Yes. Archangel Haniel says, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. And, by extension, Shannon, your health. You asked, what do I need to do to make the transition with regards to my health? The angels are calling on you to use passion, use your enthusiasm, use your excitement at this time. Use that passion in a moment-to-moment basis. Build upon that passion that you experience in the moment to a greater number of moments to propel you on to greater and greater successes and changes with regards to your physical health. This is wonderful that you have a desire to improve your physical health, to make positive health changes, and I encourage you and I encourage all of us to continue to love our bodies, to praise them, and to thank them for the wonderful blessing that they are. Thank you, and blessings to you all in your journey. Again, I am Christian, of Standing Stones Healing Company, supporting and encouraging you through your life changes, challenges, and transitions. Blessings and thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Ask the Stones. If you have a question for the Stones, visit standingstoneshealing.com or connect on Facebook at Standing Stones Healing to get support through your life changes, challenges, and transitions. Thank you, and best wishes for your journey.